Hi guys, it's Grant Nelson again here with the Mustache Off-Grid YouTube channel. In case you're new to the channel, I cover various homesteading and off-grid topics. And I live off-grid in southern Missouri in a one-room cabin, and I don't have any public utility hookups. Just want to talk a little bit basically today about fur trapping. And not just fur trapping, a lot of this has to do with predator control, nuisance animals that might be killing your chickens or your livestock, or just a problem around your homestead. Also, I think it can provide a good meat source as well, as far as it goes. So that's just something to keep in mind there. I do like to eat some coons and possums occasionally. I think they taste great. So I think that not only is this a good way to keep down predators, it can provide you good meat in the outdoors. I think it's a good place too for people that are not used to the outdoors. I think it can be one of those good places to start if you're wanting to go off-grid. I try to promote the outdoors as a starting spot for someone that wants to go off-grid. Maybe it's someone that lives in the city and doesn't know a lot about the outdoors quite yet. I think that fishing, hunting, and trapping are great places to start to get yourself kind of immersed in the culture and immersed in nature, and I think it'll help you going off-grid if you've never done any of those things. If you've never done any of those things, I think that those are kind of baseline things that can help you go off-grid. As far as it goes, when you go off-grid, you kind of want to get yourself into a frontier mindset. And the great frontier people that I like to read about, the great historical people were all outdoorsmen. Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, Jim Bridger, Jim Beckworth. There's a lot of great mountain men out there that were fur trappers. And this country was really founded on fur trapping. And a lot of states right now are trying to get rid of it. They're trying to make it illegal in a lot of places. I know Colorado's got a lot of restrictions, California. But I'm just going to show you guys today. I'll just get into the topic here. I'm just going to show you a couple basic land trapping techniques and a couple basic traps, and talk with you a little bit about fur trapping. So if you've never fur trapped before, this is what they call a box trap. This one right here. This is a dog-proof coon trap. So if you have a dog in your yard and you're not wanting to make sure you don't get a canine in here, this is a dog-proof trap. And then this is a standard foot trap, which that'll get dogs, coyotes, things like that. Honestly, a dog paw, that one's pretty small. It's a 1.5. It'd be kind of hard to catch a dog in it just because of the size of their paw. But first I'll show you guys the box trap. You can see that falls down and it kind of locks. The way you set it, very simply here. This is a good starter trap if you want to get yourself a box trap just around your yard. This is a good place to start. But basically, they've got this foot pedal here, and you kind of pry it like that. When the animal comes in there, and the animal comes in there and it hits the foot pedal and the trap closes. So that's a very basic box trap for you. They make them all different sizes. They make them huge for coyotes and canines and bobcats. If you've got some possums in your yard or a raccoon, I think it's a good option. This box trap I actually found on the property. It came with it. Sometimes you'll catch rabbits and things like that in them as well. But just a very basic trap. And I think it's a good starter trap if you're new to fur trapping. The next trap I'll show you guys is the dog-proof coon trap. They look like this. Very simple trap here. All you do is you literally stake it into the ground, and basically You stake it into the ground. And you don't, I mean, the way you set them is you push this in and this locks in here. I usually just use my hands and push this thing right here. It's real hard, but some people might not have the power to do that. You can also use a screwdriver by pushing it in there and pulling. It gives you a little bit of leverage. But once you have the thing set, all you do is put some corn in there. All you do is put some corn in it or some dog food, and you kind of wire this to a tree. That's the best way to do it. Wire it to a tree. I like to use just regular tie wire. And one thing about tie wire, just tie wire comes in very handy off grid. But if you double it up, when you put it through there, you get a lot more. It just gives you a lot more, it's a lot stronger if you double it up like this than if you just do one single strand. So just a little tip there. But basically, yeah, you put it around a pond bank is a real good spot to catch raccoons or possums, different things like that. But if you're looking for a solution that won't catch your dog, this is a really good solution. If you're wanting to just catch coons and possum, that's a good starter option. The final trap that I'm going to show you guys is the foot trap. You can see it right here, and this is insulation. When you are setting it, sometimes sliding a little bit underneath can help with the, I guess, how can I put it, the pressure, because the animal doesn't, sometimes like a bobcat, if it feels it start to fall in, it'll have enough time to kind of pull its foot out. So that's why you can use insulation or cotton balls or something like that and slide it underneath the foot pedal. You can set these on your leg, but I always do it the easiest way, which is just step on these right here. Now, hang on a sec, guys. Step on these right here, push these down, and there you go. And you can kind of make it level. It looks pretty level right now, but that's a set trap right there. Now, if you're handling one of these traps, always handle it by the bottom. You can handle it by these right here. You can grab underneath with this thing, and actually this right here, you could set that up like that, and you know, that way, if it snaps, how's it going to get you? You know, it can't. But basically, that's just a couple things about handling them. You can get your hands in these and it'll hurt. You can get your hand out though, but it'll hurt. Just keep that in mind for handling a trap. Grab it by the sides here, grab it underneath, and you can put that jaw up like that if you need to, for sliding something like this underneath. I'm going to show you how I would generally set one of these foot traps like this for if I wanted to catch a standard coyote. Now, if you have a trail like this going through the woods here, you want to kind of look for a funnel where an animal would funnel. And I know exactly where I would think an animal would funnel, so I'm going to just bring the trap over there with you guys here. And right in here, there's two big trees right there. You can see them. And it kind of, there ain't really a good way to go around them. So really the animal's probably going to end up running through here, whatever it is. So that's why this seems like it would be a good trap. Good spot, hypothetically. You want to look for funnels when you're trapping coyotes. So we'll say I'm going to set this trap right here. It's good to have a backing on them, just to kind of Make sure they don't have quite as much approach for them. But basically you're going to want to dig. And I usually use a sifter, but I might have to go up to my dig down a little bit here. And I don't have my sifter on me, but usually if you use a sifter for the dirt, it's a little bit better because it keeps little rocks from getting in the jaws and giving the animal an escape option. But I'll show you here. So then you take your trap, and I like to have this thing kind of over here. You always want it a little bit on an angle. That seems pretty good. That really does seem pretty good right there. So I've got a little bit of a hole dug. You close this jaw right here. And you always want them a little bit diagonal. Just a starter tip there. Alright guys, so once you got your hole dug and you got your trap set, you're going to want to take something and put it underneath the pan cover here, or underneath the underneath there, and that is to keep out the any dirt that comes under there, that little bit of cotton or whatever you want to use there. Then you're going to take a leaf that'll cover it, and that's going to keep some of the dirt out as well. You don't want dirt and rocks getting underneath the pan, otherwise they can't push it down. And usually if it rains, you're going to have to reset the trap here. So what I did here, I got my sifter. This is a sifter. Make sure you guys got a good angle here. But you take the dirt and you kind of just sprinkle it over that leaf. And you might have to dig somewhere near the trap and get a little more dirt, which I'll have to do here a little bit. But that leaf keeps that dirt out of the, from getting underneath the pan. And if it rains, you usually have to reset all your traps. If it doesn't rain, you can kind of just look and say, okay, it's still set perfect. But if it rains, you'll have to reset these. So just keep that in mind, guys. And I'm actually going to pull this trap out after I leave here. I'm just showing you guys this for demonstration purposes. But you bury the trap there. And usually you'll take like a stick or something nearby here and just kind of smooth it out. Probably need just a little more to cover up the leaves here. But you want to make sure it's pretty smooth, really blends in with the ground well here. And then what you're going to do is take your stakes. So let me go get the stakes here real quick. Oh, they're right here. Okay. So you're going to take your stakes. Right here you've got this thing here. And you're going to pound your stakes in, and you want to cross them. That way nothing can pull it out. So you'll need a hammer for this. But you want to cross them. And you can get a bigger hammer. I just brought my regular hammer because I'm only planning on setting this one trap for demonstration purposes. And out here in the Ozarks, it don't go in easy. Sometimes you hit rocks like I'm hitting right now, or roots, or... Hang on a second. Alright, there's one end. Then you got to do the other one the opposite way. So that's going to go... So now we got the other one going this way. You want to cross them. And you want to try to cover your scent, guys. Some people even wear knee pads, but you want to try to cover your scent. Wearing gloves is not a bad idea. Hey, come on. Alright, that's pretty good. So you got your two stakes crossed in the ground, and then you've got your set here. You'll want to, like I said, make sure it's real smooth. Smooth it out as good as you want. And then I like to throw some leaves over this stuff right here, just so it's kind of hidden a little bit. You can sift a little bit over it too. Go lay down, dude. You're gonna get them trapped here. But there's kind of how the set looks. And once you do that as well, the last final step that you're gonna want to do, or you can do this first as well, it doesn't really matter. But you're gonna want to make a, let me find a good stick here, a bait hole. So like, let's say I thought the coyote was going to come from that direction. I'll set a bait hole right here. But basically, usually I use the stake for this, and I just use the stake. But you want to basically make a bait hole over there. Let me go get some to make a better bait hole. But guys, basically you're going to want to make a bait hole. You take something, and I'm just using the dog-proof coon trap here because I know it'll make a hole. And you just kind of wiggle it like this. And then you put some bait down in there. So kind of like that. Bailey, go lay down, dude. You're gonna get me in trouble. But you'll stick some deer meat down in there, or whatever kind of meat you have. You can kind of clean it out, and you can make the hole as deep as you want, but basically you just make like a little hole there, and you put some bait down in it. And then you've got yourself a set. Usually a coyote, you'll want it about 8-inch, the trap about 8 inches back from it. Probably be better if I made the bait hole right there, but this is just for demonstration anyway. Yeah, but that's how you set for a coyote. You want to try to find the funnel, and then you kind of just set the trap just like how I set it. You'll set a bait hole. You can use different lures and things as well. And sometimes you can stagger a bait hole. You could set one like right here on the other side as well, so that way they have to step across it. There's different strategies, and some people would like to put it closer to over here, so that way there's less approach room. You always want to try to limit the approach of the coyote. So that's just some very basic tips on how to set a trap for coyotes, coons, and just a couple very basic fur trapping things. So hope you all have a great day, and God bless. Sit, sit, come on, sit. Oh, good boy, good boy. Lay down, lay down. All right, good boy. Hey guys, let's make Bailey famous. Let's make Bailey famous. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mustache Off Grid. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and God bless. Let's make Bailey famous, guys.